To ensure the right people have the right permission is one of the key factors for business success. However, it's typically a manual, tedious process. With DSM's flexible user management options, you can assign specific storage quotas, speed limits, and access privileges to individual users or manage the accounts in groups, thereby increasing management efficiency and agility. In this video, we'll guide you through the process of creating user account, managing file sharing options, and enhancing service security with Application Portal on Synology NAS. You can find the details of each topic and their timestamp links in the description. Before you start, make sure you have logged into DSM with an admin account or are a user belonging to the administrators group. First, go to Control Panel, User. Click Create, and the User Creation Wizard will show up. On the User Information page, enter a name, brief description, and an email address for the user. System notifications, such as password reset messages, are sent to the address specified here. Then, type in the password you wish to assign to this user, or simply click Generate Random Password. Enter the password again to confirm. Note that you can send a notification mail to the newly created user when status changes or errors occur in the system by enabling email notifications in Control Panel. Again, if you tick the option Disallow the user to change account password, the user can only use the password you've created to log into DSM. Let's click Next. On the Join Groups page, you must decide which group this new user belongs to. A group is a collection of users with the same access privileges to files, folders, and services. By categorizing user accounts into custom groups, administrators can edit the group in one place, saving the trouble of editing users one by one. In other words, IT admins can configure all the permission settings for new employees the moment they show up at the office, by adding them to their corresponding groups. Generally, the new users will be included in Users Group. Of course, you can add them to other groups if needed. Click Next. Moving on to the Assign Shared Folders permission page, you can see there are 3 different privileges for you to choose from: No Access, Read-Write, and Read-Only. You can assign these privileges to specify what shared folders the new user can access and what changes he can make to the files and subfolders in the shared folder. Please note that when you encounter permissions conflicts, the permissions priority is as follows: No Access, Read-Write, Read-Only. Click Next. You're almost done. To restrict the amount of space allowance for the new user on the User Quota Setting page, select a storage unit for each shared folder under Unit. Then enter the maximum amount of space that can be used in the quota field. A quota value of 0 means that the effective quota will be determined by the set group limit. On the Assign Application Permissions page, you can control which services the user can access. Click Next. On the User Speed Limit Setting page, you can enable a speed limit on different services to restrict the amount of bandwidth consumed by the user when transferring files. If you select Set Up Speed Cap, a fixed, constant speed limit will be applied. You can double-click to specify the speed limits in the Upload and Download Limit fields. If you want to specify 2 different speed limits to a user, select Customize Limit Range and press Customize to set a scheduled plan. The group speed limit settings will be the default settings for the users under this group. For example, since Amy belongs to the users group with a download limit at 500 kbs for rsync, the default speed limit displayed in the result column will also be 500 kbs. Once you have confirmed all the settings, click Apply to finish. Then you can see a new user account listed in the User panel. What if you want to adjust the access permissions of a shared folder, or individual files and subfolders for each user or group afterwards? No problem. Just go to Control Panel, Shared Folder, select the shared folder you wish to modify. Click Edit. Go to the Permissions tab. Then you can update their settings as you wish. What's more, to help businesses simplify the process of defining a bunch of rights and permissions, Synology NAS allows users to fine-tune and set multiple rules to manage the privacy of files and folders using ACL. So what is ACL? Access Control List, ACL, is a list of access control entries, ACE, attached to an object, such as a file, folder, or program in the Windows environment. Each entry in an ACL determines a user's or group's access permissions to the object. For example, if a file Sales and MK Report is attached with the following ACL entries: Sales, read only, MK, read write, and Engineers, no access, any users belonging to the MK group will have permission to modify the file. By contrast, the Sales Manager can only read the file, and all engineers are denied access. In addition, ACL provides advanced setting options, allowing you to further refine the permissions. Within this type of infrastructure, administrators can make more precise access permission configurations, which significantly increases management efficiency. On the Permissions tab, you can select the user whose permissions you want to customize. The Permission Editor will pop up right after your click. First, select the user or group whose permissions you wish to customize from the drop-down menu. Next, choose Allow or Deny to grant or deny the permission to the user or group. If you are creating a permission entry for a folder, tick this folder, Child Folders and All Descendants under Apply to. Finally, tick the checkboxes in the Administration, Read and Write sections to specify the user or group's access permission settings for the entry, file, or folder. That's it, all done. Click OK twice to save the changes and exit the wizard. Last but not least, to enhance service security and convenience, you can allow users to directly access and run applications in independent browser tabs or windows without logging into DSM with Application Portal. Let's see how it works. First, go to Control Panel, Application Portal, Application. Select an application. Here we select File Station, for example. Click Edit, and you will see a pop-up window. As File Station has its default alias, you can find the value File is already in the field. Tick Enable Customized Alias and enter a name of your choice. The URL will change accordingly. If you would like to customize application, HTTP, HTTPS ports, and domain for File Station, select Enable Customized Port, HTTP, or Enable Customized Port, HTTPS, and specify a custom domain. Finally, click OK to save the settings. Now let's click Edit. Click on the URL you just generated. You will then be directed to File Station. DSM allows businesses to combine flexibility with high levels of security for access management, reducing time spent on manual tasks, accelerating the configuration process while ensuring corporate data is always safe and sound. For more information, visit the link in the description.